Knuckles, everyone's favorite muscular echidna warrior. Sometimes he's portrayed as a strong, noble force to be reckoned with, and other times he's a straight up dumbass. Today, we're gonna look at Knuckles' character in every mainline Sonic game and rank him from worthless to elite. His debut isn't until Sonic 3, so he gone in 1, 2, and CD, but I'm grouping 3 with Sonic and Knuckles this time because it's how the game's intended to be played. This one's tricky because he's peak capable, but for most of the game, he's working for the wrong side. After Angel Island gets attacked, Knuckles encounters Eggman and he convinces him he's the good guy, and that Sonic and Tails are trying to steal the Master Emerald. So throughout the game, he's a pretty big thorn in the ass, but that doesn't mean he's necessarily useless. In fact, he's quite useful to Eggman, but after he realizes he was fighting for the wrong side, he helps Sonic and Tails reach Eggman's ship, but is too exhausted after that to do much else. Because of all of that, he gets manipulated but strong tier, which I made specifically for cases where he's useful, but in the wrong way. In Sonic 3D Blast, he acts the same as Tails. He's hidden in different levels and takes you to special stages to collect the Chaos Emeralds. Barely does anything. Sonic Adventure kicks off similarly to Sonic 3, with Knuckles looking to protect the Master Emerald, Eggman telling him that Sonic's trying to steal it, the two fighting, Eggman getting what he wants, and leaving Sonic and Knuckles pissed off and working together. This time though, they join the same side much earlier in the game. Still though, it's almost the exact same setup and Knuckles falls for it twice. I mean, fool me once, but this time it just makes him look stupid. But even when he does team up with Sonic, he doesn't do much. He's mostly on a side quest trying to restore the Master Emerald, and lets Sonic do the whole saving the world thing by himself. We'll put him in manipulated but strong, because he's the whole reason Eggman got his hands on 2 of the emeralds, and he doesn't help stop him, but he's competent and does achieve his main goal of restoring the emerald, so I'll give him some credit. This is the first game where Knuckles plays a prominent role, and it's not helping Eggman at all. Him and Rouge have a standoff over who gets the Master Emerald, and when Eggman tries to snatch it while they're distracted, Knuckles breaks it into a million pieces and has to scour the earth and space to find them all. He did create the problem in the first place, but the Master Emerald is the only thing with the power to counteract that of all 7 Chaos Emeralds, so it's kind of vital Eggman didn't steal it, so I can justify his decision to smash it. However, when he does use it at the end of the game, it's in vain, because the actual Ultimate Life Form takes control of the space colony and keeps it on its collision course. Still though, he played a pretty big role and stepped up when he needed to, and I think that earns him an elite tier. I'm grouping all 3 advanced games together because his role is similar throughout the trilogy, but unlike Tails, who's unlocked pretty early on, Knuckles is more of a mid-game acquisition, and that'll dock him a little. Once unlocked though, you can go back and play any level you want with him, so he's fully capable, but not a full contributor, so I can't put him any higher than sidekick tier. Sonic Heroes makes characters playable in 3s. Sonic's the speedster, Tails can fly, and Knuckles is the brute. So this game has a billion different story routes and endings, and some runs completely omit Knuckles. When he is there though, he doesn't do much. He follows Shadow through a level or 2 and can be controlled by a second player. Not useless, but he barely does anything. Sonic Rush doesn't feature him much, but he is present in a couple cutscenes, where he's portrayed as pretty freaking useless. When he first meets Blaze and she's holding something shiny, he accuses her of stealing the Chaos Emeralds and gets mad, but when Blaze gets fed up with him, she crushes him under a pile of rocks like it's nothing. Then later on, when Sonic and Tails find him and he gets out, he's a pissed off hothead that smashes the pile of rocks and runs off. Honestly, he's borderline worthless, but clearing the rock pile did open a path to progress in the game, so he'll get barely does anything. This game really solidifies that moron reputation they gave Knuckles for the better part of a decade. When we first see him, he tosses this hologram thing to Sonic in the most unnecessarily cool way possible. And when Sonic gives it back, he fumbles it around and drops it. That's a weird detail for them to add. But looking beyond that, he does travel with Sonic and Tails through most of the story and is full-on playable in a section of Flame Core. Now, his gameplay is straight up booty cheeks, but he does help out a good bit, and I'll give him the Brawn tier. Maybe I'm being too nice. After Sonic 06, Knuckles fell into a bit of a hiatus. He's nowhere to be seen in Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, or Sonic 4 Episodes 1 and 2. I guess he was off protecting the Master Emerald or trying to rizz up Rouge. And it's not until Sonic Generations when he makes another appearance. And spoiler alert, it's not a very good one. He attends Sonic's birthday party, gets sucked away by the Time Monster, and needs Sonic to save him, after which he insults him and does jack shit. Then at the end of the game, when they resume the celebration, he goes for another dig at Sonic, and Amy's just not having it and full-on Will Smiths his ass. Knuckles is a straight-up bitch in this game. Worthless. Sonic Lost World once again makes Knuckles kinda helpless. He throws all these petty insults at Sonic like, "Oh, I would've done it quicker," or "That's all you can do? Weak." And it's like, I get it because they were once rivals, but him saying that type of shit in a game where he does nothing just annoys me. He's an incompetent goofball that Amy and these little animals do what they want with, once again making him absolutely worthless. Sonic Boom completely rebranded the Sonic series and gave the characters much more streamlined personalities, but no one was more flanderized than Knuckles. He's modern Patrick Star, an airhead that's really strong, and in the show he has some pretty funny moments, but we're talking about the atrocity that is Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, where he's actually pretty useful again. He's fully playable alongside Sonic, Tails, and Amy, and he's without question the most broken character in the game, figuratively and literally. When you pause the game during his mid-air special, you can unpause, use it again, and essentially just infinite jump. This completely breaks the game, but gives him Shaggy levels of power, so elite! This game brings Knuckles back to his Sonic 3 and Knuckles form, making him fully playable throughout the game and giving him a ton of unique routes that take advantage of his gliding and climbing abilities. But this time around, he's not tricked by Eggman and is helping Sonic throughout the entire game, making this one of the easiest elite tiers of the video. Sonic Forces is a bad game. It is, and while Knuckles isn't playable here, he actually uses his knowledge of combat and battle to form the resistance everyone fights in. He's the brains of their operation, and he leads the charge in the massive battle at the end of the game. So even if you can't play as him, he earns a spot at least up in the Bronze tier. This time around, Knuckles' role is once again about the same as Tails'. He's turned into a digital form and locked up, Sonic has to rescue him, he follows Sonic around for a bit and helps now and again, and after the game's beat, you can play as him. That was only added in the latest and final DLC update last December, and since that's only after the world is saved, it doesn't bring the ranking up much. He gets manipulated but strong, because it's a mid-tier, and I guess he is manipulated by the cyberspace thing, so close enough. And last but certainly not least, we have Sonic Superstars, which makes Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles fully playable from start to finish. He's a slower character, but his gliding and climbing are super fun to use, and make exploring these areas a cakewalk, giving him one last elite tier. And there you have it. Real quick, if you take your Nintendo Switch on the go a lot and wish it was easier to lug around, you gotta ditch that clunky old dock. It's bulky, flimsy, and really doesn't have a good reason to be. And Accelerate Gaming's portable dock is the solution you've been waiting for. It cuts the unnecessary plastic of Nintendo's and gives you a sleek, durable, and very portable alternative. And it's only 20 bucks, so if you want to enhance your Switch setup and support this channel, go grab one now with an additional 15% off using code CLINGER. That promo is almost gone, so use it while you can. And if you disagree with me on any of the rankings in this video, be sure to leave your takes down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and check out this video, where I talk about the Knuckles series and see how it's gonna affect the Sonic 3 movie later this year.